before thinking about the day ahead, pause for a moment and simply notice the present. Feel the body supported where it rests, the rhythm of the breath, the quiet currents of sensation flowing through you. This noticing is more than a moment of calm. It is a doorway. It is the first step in integrating positivity into daily life, not as a concept, but as a lived experience. Today is about connecting inner states to outer action, allowing the calm, clarity, and optimism cultivated in previous sessions to extend into ordinary moments effortlessly. Hypnosis guides you to bridge the gap between internal experience and external expression. As attention settles, bring awareness to the way your mind usually approaches routine tasks, work, chores, interactions, and responsibilities. Perhaps there is tension, resistance, or habitual evaluation that colors these moments. Simply observe without judgment. Awareness itself begins to shift habitual patterns. Notice how small interruptions or challenges typically trigger emotional reactions. There is no need to analyze why, simply see the pattern. This seeing is the first transformation. By bringing conscious awareness to habitual reactivity, you create the space for choice. In this space, you are no longer pushed automatically by old impulses. Imagine now that each ordinary task carries a subtle opportunity, a chance to reinforce calm, presence, and positive interpretation. The mind begins to understand that inner change does not exist in isolation. It manifests in action, in posture, in tone, in response. Bring attention to the breath, feeling it as an anchor for continuity. Each inhalation fills the body with awareness. Each exhalation releases habitual tension and reactivity. Let the body soften into this rhythm. This state is receptive and resourceful, primed for integration. Consider a typical situation where stress or negativity often arises. Visualize approaching it with this cultivated presence. You notice the impulse to react immediately. Instead of reacting, you pause briefly, anchored in the breath, in bodily sensation, in awareness itself. That pause creates space, a buffer between stimulus and response. In this space, positive interpretation naturally emerges. You see possibilities rather than threats, opportunities rather than burdens, solutions rather than problems. This is how the subconscious begins to internalize the practice. Each rehearsal strengthens neural pathways, aligning perception with positivity and calm. As awareness deepens, allow attention to expand to relationships. Consider interactions with colleagues, friends, or family. Notice habitual judgments or assumptions that color perception. Without attempting to change anyone else, bring a gentle, open presence to these moments. Let communication be grounded in calm observation rather than reactive commentary. Each interaction becomes practice, a subtle reinforcement of your new mindset. Next, turn attention to the body's habitual reactions to daily routines, sitting at a desk, walking through a crowded space, preparing a meal. Notice tension, speed, and automaticity. As awareness deepens, allow these movements to become mindful. Even the smallest action can carry intention. Each breath, each step, each gesture can be aligned with positivity and presence. Feel the nervous system learning through these micro practices. Integration occurs not through force, but through repeated, conscious experience. Now bring to mind past moments where negativity or distraction dominated attention. Visualize them again, but this time, respond differently in imagination. Introduce calm observation, subtle emotional balance, and positive reinterpretation. Notice how this rehearsal shifts perception, not by changing the event, but by altering the internal response. The subconscious records these patterns as habitual potential. Positive mindset becomes embedded not in words or goals, but in embodied action. As the session deepens, sense the rhythm of daily life as a series of moments, each carrying the potential for reinforcement. Ordinary tasks, emails, commutes, conversations, household chores are no longer neutral or stressful. They become opportunities to practice presence, awareness, and optimism. Each small moment compounds, reinforcing integration at a deep level. Attention stabilizes around the present, reducing rumination on past difficulties or future uncertainties. Emotional reactions soften, replaced by a steadier baseline of curiosity, openness, and constructive engagement. Confidence grows naturally as the mind experiences its own capacity to respond skillfully to challenges, both minor and significant. Now imagine a typical day unfolding. Visualize yourself moving from task to task, interaction to interaction, with a quiet inner steadiness. When interruptions or stress arise, a brief pause allows observation rather than reaction. Positive interpretation naturally accompanies action. Each micro-choice strengthens alignment between internal mindset and external behavior. This rehearsal is recorded subconsciously, laying the foundation for automatic, integrated positivity. As attention expands further, sense the interconnection between internal and external states. Calm, clarity, and optimism are not just internal experiences. They influence perception, decision-making, and relationships. Integration is holistic. Body, mind, and behavior work as a coherent system. Now introduce an internal suggestion. I carry calm, balance, and positive interpretation into every moment. Feel how this resonates with the body. Notice subtle shifts, ease in posture, steadiness in breathing, clarity in thought. These are signals that the subconscious is absorbing the integration. Each repetition reinforces automatic alignment. Consider how each completed task or interaction becomes evidence of competence and balance. The mind begins to trust itself. Confidence emerges from repeated, embodied experience rather than forced effort. Positive mindset is no longer abstract. It is practical, reliable, and tangible in daily life. As awareness continues to widen, sense how ordinary moments, pausing at a traffic light, washing dishes, answering an email, can now serve as anchors for calm, presence, and positive interpretation. The nervous system learns that reinforcement does not require extraordinary circumstances. It is accessible in the mundane. Finally, rest in the fullness of this integrated state. Allow the feeling of calm, balance, and positivity to settle as a baseline within you. you move through your day practicing awareness strengthens the subconscious foundation of your new mindset. Ordinary life is no longer a challenge to be endured. It is the medium through which transformation consolidates. With each conscious breath, pause, and positive response, your mindset becomes automatic, reliable, and resilient. You are living integration, and the practice has become real.